Um, I'm honored to be here to share with you a little bit about my story. My name is Benson Chen. I'm from Penn State, Flushing! 8 years ago, I moved to this country because my parents believe in one simple sentence. Benson, do good in school, and you'll find a good job. I moved here with that belief, started doing good in high school. I got into Penn State and thinking that's the vehicle that's going to drive me to success. Little did I know, before I even graduated from college, I see a lot of people, like my brother's friends, even including my brother right there. They were struggling after they graduate, trying to look for a job, but they couldn't make it. And that time I was asking myself, is it that easy for me to get that simple job that everyone wanted, the six-figure income job? I look at my resume, it wasn't that pretty. I look at my GPA, it wasn't that successful. And I look at my look, it's not that bad, but it's not perfect, right? My point was this, I was uncertain about my future. I was looking for more opportunity. My brother and I started looking for more opportunity, starting our own business, but lack of capital, not a lot of connection, most importantly, no experience in anything. So I was lost at that time when I was in sophomore year of college. And I really thank my brother and also Olivia from the bottom of my heart for introducing marketminer.com into me back in 2007. At that time, I wasn't interested in anything that relates to sales. I wasn't interested in anything related to e-commerce. I had no idea what e-commerce was all about. But I kept it open-minded by being very negative to my brother. I told him, this is not going to work. It's not going to work for you. It's not for average individual. But after a year and a half, he said, you need to get to an international convention with me in Greensboro, North Carolina. I only agreed with him because the ticket was free. I got to the convention, and the most important thing, it wasn't because how successful this company was. It wasn't just because how amazing this corporate team was. It wasn't because just JR's vision. It wasn't because just the recognition that I saw thousands of people making that residual income and more than 300 millionaires. It wasn't just because of that. It was simply because at that convention, I found my dream back, and that was hope. And that hope carried me throughout this 4 years in this business and to achieve my ultimate goal. And for a lot of people, it was that dream car, that dream house, that dream lifestyle, the income. But for me, I realized my hope, my dream, was to simply be with my parents. 46 years ago, my dad started his own company when he was 15 years old. He's a self-employed. No one was helping him besides my mom. 46 years down the road, this year, they finally retired from their traditional business. They got the chance to travel around the world. Right now, they're on their 6th week. They went from southern China to northern China, took 48 hours of train and went to Russia. They went to northern part of Europe, Norway, Finland, down to Germany. And last time they called me, they were in, I believe, Rome. It was a lot of fun. My dad gave me a call. He said, what are you up to these days? I said, I'm working the business, working the thing, he always said. I've been working hard. He asked me one question. He said, well, son, when are you going to retire me? I said, Dad, you're already retired. But he asked me another question. He said, how about yourself? I said, give or take another 3 to 5 years. He said, great. And the next thing he told me really hit me. He said, I'm glad I took on this trip right now. And I said, what do you mean by this? He said, I'm afraid when you make it to that level you want, I won't be able to travel with you as I can right now. So ladies and gentlemen, it's not about you. It's about the people you love. It's about the people you care. You might have that 3 years, 5 years. You might have it. My question is, how about your family? How about the people? How about the people in your team? Do they have it? They might just have 6 months, 8 months to build this business. They might have just 2 years. But because of us, they can't move faster in this business. And that's the most important thing for me, to build this business faster. Just like JR, they say all the time, bigger, better, faster, and easier. And that's why I choose Market America to make a career out of it. And because of the dream, this goal, because of this opportunity, I know I'll be able to succeed and start doing that faster because I have an ultimate goal to achieve my goals. But that's for me. My question to all of you guys is you. Well, a lot of people often ask me and say, well, what's the tip? What's the tip in this business? See, I never look at myself as a leader. I always look at myself as a follower. I follow all these great successful people in our business, in our company. And they always said, you gotta get yourself to the next convention, right? And I pulled these tickets. Oh, it's not this one. This is Kevin Buckman local seminar. You gotta get yourself to this convention. You gotta get yourself to this Miami conference because it did it for me. It did it for all these people sitting down here, all these $1 Million Club members. It did it for Liz Weber, it did it for Frank Kiefer, it did it for Tony Bowling, it did it for Yarley. How about us? We should be able to do this. It's just a matter of time. But my question is, do you have this simple ticket? Or do you have an extra one for someone else? An extra one for another person? Because that will make all the difference. This will make all the difference. And it reminds me of a story of what JR shares us all the time. And he shares with us, I don't remember the full story, but it goes like this. He said, there was once there was this huge tide wave that came to this beach, and all these starfish, because the wave would blow on the shore. And before the sunrise, after the sunrise, all these starfish will die because of heat and everything. And this little boy went down to the shore and started picking up these starfish and started throwing to the ocean. And this old man came all the way down and said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm saving these starfish. Saving the starfish." This old man said, "Well, what's that gonna do? It's not gonna make a difference. There's thousands of them over here." Well, the little boy said, "Well, it made a difference for this one. It made a difference for another one. And here goes the third one." And that's the ticket for all of us. There was once, Elizabeth was that starfish, right? She got picked up and thrown back to the ocean. But today, you have the chance to become the little boy by buying that 3 ticket, bringing that 2 people to the next convention. And that's your job because we're creating the next economy of the future. Am I right? So you don't have the right to not share this business opportunity if you're here tonight, this weekend. Because let me tell you, you're not just here to learn, you're here to leverage. I have close to 80 to 90 people here this time. I didn't just leverage 4 days, I leveraged 320 days. That's a year of work. That's a year of work, and that's exactly all what we should do in this business. Get your 3 tickets to the next convention. It did it for me. It did it for more than thousands of people in this business. And I'm sure it'll do it for you. God bless you, and I'll see you at the top.